I thought I thought my lens uh-oh was clear. All right. That's better. That's better. That's good. Uh, Dang it. Because the camera is on that side. So I'm trying to, wait, no, I want it this way. Okay. Yes, that's better. It's gonna work for now. It's going to work for now. I need to eat. Does that look weird? Does it look weird? Having the seat like right there? Oh, maybe I need to bring it this way. You would think that I would be better at this by now. But we gonna work with that. We're gonna work with that because your girl needs to eat. So I just finished making myself some lunch. So this is gonna be kind of like a mukbang, but I really feel like I want to share a message. And the reason I wrote the title to be what it is, and even the reason I chose that image, I specifically chose that image and I looked for something related to focus because of the situation and the situation that we, all of us, find ourselves experiencing. And in most cases, I feel that gets overlooked. And that is when something happens that is camouflaged so closely to what's on or what you've been feeling or um, vibrational offering that you've been putting out and not recognizing. So just a little bit of backstory and the thoughts and creation that I have on a daily basis about my business and different things with growing it. So I have a client that for the last it's been at least over a month. I've been debating on whether or not it's worth it to keep this client. Whether or not it's worth it, not even financially. It's not even about the money. Whether or not it's worth it from a business standpoint, from a business relationship, and whether or not it's worth it for my stress levels and mental health and things. Now the client isn't it's not anything like that. It's not horrible. They're not abusive to me or anything like that. Um, so that isn't, and I don't want to go into it because that really doesn't matter. Like nothing happened. It's nothing like that. But something in me about it just isn't as easy. I don't mean easy as in not hard. I mean easy as in like aligned as my other clients. And so that's been a vibrational offering that I've been putting out into the universe. Not sure if this client is a good fit for the business that I'm building. So then last week I got my head shaved, and this was my second time going to this particular spot, but my first time having this stylist because she's a barber and I wanted it straight razor shaved. So you have to be a licensed barber to use a straight razor versus a cosmetologist. So, damn. I like that. So, as I'm in her chair, we're talking. And the thing about this is, I was there a few days before and I had to reschedule minutes over from her last client, and I was really hungry. So I rescheduled, and this was actually last Wednesday that I went back. So she said, I'm glad you came back. I was happy to see you on the schedule today, yada, yada. So we chat, we had a real good conversation. Um, and somehow or another in the conversation, it came up about the cleaning company that I have. And she was saying how her and her husband has gone through so many different cleaners, and, how it's just really difficult. And they live in Orange County, just a little bit further away. So after that appointment, I was thinking, I didn't express it then, but after that appointment, and she said something. She said, as we were talking, she said, "Okay, so you work on an hourly, because every time I get quoted per room." I said, "Yes, I did that deliberately because I wanted to undercut everybody." And she said, "Smart." I said, "So my first clients, the foundational clients that I have, I'm building and creating a bond with them and establishing a bond with them so that they will be happy to grow with me and grow with my rate increase and the rate change, and the rate structure change." And she was just like, "Smart, smart." And she said something to the effect of, she'd like to use me or try me, but she doesn't think she can afford me. So all week I've been thinking, I should offer her a week free of my service at 10 hours, right? So they can break down the 10 hours however they want, but that's what I'd offer them. And my intent would be to let them see what I provide and potentially take them on as a new client. So you match that vibrational offering along with thinking, okay, how can I fit them into my schedule? Where can I fit them into my schedule? Because I really, really, really want to. And I think she said she has 4 kids. I really want to see if they'd be a good fit for me. So with that vibrational offering and the vibrational offering of, is the current client really a good fit or not, the universe made the decision. I won't even say it like that. I'll say the universe responded and gave me the decision that was most appropriate for the vibrational offerings that I've been putting out there. So when this happened, when I read the message that they weren't going to be using my services anymore, I can tell you honestly, at not one moment, at not one moment did any part of my vibrational offering go down. Reading that message, losing that client, made me more excited because now, for sure, I have the hours in my schedule to take on this new client. Now, also, it's given me the opportunity to focus more on how I'm going to get new clients. On is now the time to start working on training employees, because I did rent out a storage room. Is now the time to really, because the employees will be for the event sector of my business, right? So I've rented the storage room. I have my bar in there. I'm going to have other supplies in there. So with the fact that I've paid money for the storage room, I'm now obligated for a monthly, fee. And uh, over the weekend, the monies that I've spent, not on bullshit, just that I needed, none of that came into, like, it's losing that. Not even it's like it's not even a loss at all. You have to make space in your present for more things to come in that are aligned with where you're trying to go. So at no point did I feel like, damn, never. What I love, and this is why I can't have an apple phone because I love having control. I love knowing that I'm a spirit being made of energy and people recognize me, other spirits recognize me from this physical form, but I have, not but, and I have control over absolutely every outcome in my, every single one. And the fact that I know what I want, the fact that I know what I want, I have my goals outlined, I have a plan to keep me on track, right? It's like the GPS. You put in your destination. You may not know the route that it gives you. You may not know when it's going to reroute you because this road is closed or there's an accident right there, and the police have it all blocked off. Whatever the case may be, you never know. But you're going to reroute until you get to that destination. At no point do you say, okay, I still got 45 minutes until I get there, or, this is rerouting. Let me just go back home. No, you deal with it and you keep going. So because I know where I'm going, I know what I want. I don't know what's going to be on every road. I don't know what else outside of my control is going to happen in these decisions that I take. I just know in every decision, there's another decision to be made. And at every point, my focus is on making the best decision and putting the best vibrational offerings that will get me to the next phase of where I need to be that is closer to my goal. Does any of that make sense? I hope it does. And here's here's a vibrational offering. I could have read that letter, read that message, and immediately, whether it's the back of your mind, the front of your mind, it's all vibrational offerings. Immediately, I could have had a thought of, damn, what am I going to do now? Or damn, I spent this much money this week. Or damn, I just got the storage room. Or damn, I could have had all of these vibrational offerings that are lower than where I'm currently at. These vibrations, these frequencies are lower, right? So now you're lowering. So now with that lower vibration and that lower frequency that goes unrecognized, right? You don't recognize that this is a vibrational offering that you're putting out there that is going to control what comes back to you. This is what you can control. So now, when a series of more sour negative events happen right immediately after that, you think it's just, oh, the devil, or I don't know, whatever the fuck. When it isn't, it's all you. You did that. You didn't initiate it because that first, and even then, you did because you've been putting out vibrational offerings to replace this client, to get rid of this client. Like, you've been doing that. I've been doing that. And I'm just choosing to accept that because I recognize I have been doing that. And this goes back to, I want to say maybe even longer than a month, maybe till, right about the time when I got the Mercedes mansion. I've been out there because I've been seriously debating on if a good fit. So recognizing from the start everything that you have been putting out, because that's what you have control over. This is why they say it's only, I've seen them different ways, 10% and 20%. But it's only 10 or 20% of what happens to you or in your experience. The other 80 to 90% is all how you respond to it. I've always been big on keeping my power to choose. So you have the power to choose. And I recognized in that message that, okay, I really, more than I wanted to accept or admit at the time, I really wanted to get rid of that client. Like, that is the fact of the matter. And having that conversation with the barber and immediately having a plan set into motion of, okay, this is how I'm going to get this client. And then this happening, it's just, for me, it's so perfect. Like, it for me, this is a time to celebrate and focus. You know what I mean? Focus on staying in tune with my vibrational offering, because it's working, right? It's working, and it's getting me each little step closer, and giving me clarity. Like, that was so much clarity. And it was done in a way to where, they still offered to provide a good reference for me. Like, it just was done in a great way. I feel great about it. Every like it's perfect. It's perfect. And this is exactly what I set into motion. And I recognize that I did this. I created this perfect scenario. And the universe brought it to fruition. Because the last thing I wanted was to leave this client on any kind of bad or sour note or anything like that. Like, it's so perfect. So I don't view this as a loss at all. This is another evolution, because I have to evolve. And I have to start bringing in clients at my new, you know, like, I have to, because I have monthly income goals, and I even have, the rest of fourth quarter goals that I want to push the momentum toward, right? I don't beat myself up about, oh, I didn't meet this goal by, December 30th. As long as my momentum is pushing me toward and not backwards, this is why for me it's important to stay focused on my vibrational offerings and on my emotions. And, like, it's been a long time since I felt bad, when my emotions felt bad. But when I do, I really think about where am I having, what's the word I'm looking for? Resistance. Where am I having resistance towards my forward moving? And my emotions will help let me know that. So I feel good all the time. I don't mean health wise, but health wise too. I feel great all the time. But my heart and my mind are aligned. I mention that a lot on my channel, because that is important. So many people, even I, before I got to this point, and working towards get here, um, there would be so much, like, betrayal, it feels like, going on between my heart and my mind. And what really helped me with this, which also helps me to be focused, but listening to The Alchemist, the book, or you can read it. I listened to it on audio. That really helped me with that. Just learning to listen to my heart, learning to listen to what it's saying, learning to listen to my mind, and learning to control my mind, right? Knowing what I want helps. Having my goals aligned helps, because there's some clarity that I have, right? So when my mind is telling me weak shit, I know that that's not true. I know that I have more in me. I know that I can go more. I know that I can endure more. because my heart is telling me you got way more than this. You've actually done more than this, and I've had less fatigue. So don't listen to. So it's just like, how do I want to word this? Knowing and tapping into my emotional center at every point is how I can easily recognize something that is being done to make way, or something that is being done to offer a lesson that I need to learn. Either way, they both are steps to get to the next level. Either way, it doesn't matter which one it is. But it's really important that we recognize when something is being removed to make way for the next thing that we need or want, or the next level. A lot of times we can know it's best that something is gone away from us, but we'll still, because it's familiar or we're comfortable with it, or we're just complacent, we will lower our vibrational offering to mourn this thing when that is not the time or the place of what should be happening right now. Like, you've been offering a vibration to have this thing gone. Now you're offering a lower vibration as if you want that thing there. So it helps. And that could be a thing even in a relation. I'll use my marriage as an example. I was the first one to ask for a divorce, the very first one. And he did not give me a divorce. He fought for our marriage like I've never seen him fight for anything. So, although I knew that, or I believe that when a woman verbally says she wants a relationship to be ended, and she is no longer emotionally attached or connected, it's difficult to go back. We can fake it and make ourselves, but it's difficult to genuinely feel the same way about that person as you did before that. So, with my marriage, I was the first one to ask for divorce. I knew it was necessary. It was months later that he flipped, and now he is bringing the divorce papers to me. And I had to sign them. I had to fill them out. I had to do everything with completing the dissolution paperwork. Now, at that point, by that point, I had already started trying to, I trying to resolve my marriage, and just work through it and say, okay, I can do this. I never wanted to get a divorce anyway. I can do this. But when the time came that he brought the divorce papers, and now he wants the divorce, and it just seems, when I think back on it, it just seemed like a game. Like, he didn't want it to be set in stone that I asked for divorce and that's how we got divorced. It's like, you're not leaving me, I'm gonna leave you. Whatever, either way it go, this needs to be over. So the fact that uh, and the timing of when we got divorced, where I was in my life, just everything at that moment, I had to, although it was difficult, although it was emotionally, a divorce for me emotionally, whew, baby, that was tough. I don't know how people do it multiple times. It was tough. But I knew that if all of the things and all of the decisions and moves I had made while even still being married to get to that point where I was in my life, that he had to go in order for more of these things to come in. Like, he was the biggest blockage in my life for getting to the next level. And I had to just get my vibrational offering on the level of genuinely accepting that and working my way through all of the trauma, yes, with a T, the trauma of getting divorced. Although I knew that was the best thing. I was the first one to ask for it. So I knew it was the best thing. And the emotional trauma wasn't even over uh, my marriage to him being over. It was over the fact that I now have the tag of being divorced. That was the traumatizing part for me. It wasn't even about him. He could have been anybody, but I'm still Shalonda Elise and I'm divorced now. That was the thing. And so I had to really work myself through the fact that if I want to be where I want to be, he had to go. Remember, he's the one that while you were an early adapter on YouTube, committing yourself to an additional 2 hours in the morning, committing yourself to waiting 12, 13 hours for a video to upload on this new platform, committing yourself to not being able to change or go on to a different website while you're uploading this YouTube, and having your husband tell you you're spending too much time on this thing, it's either it or me. You know, to have all of these things, someone that threatened to throw away my makeup kit, and you know I'm a professional makeup artist, like to endure all of that while trying to pursue all of these things, one of them had to go. And although I was gracious about being committed to my marriage and my husband, when the time came for me to put that commitment to myself, I have to recognize, even from then all the way through moving to Arizona, Hotel Honda, everything, I have I had to recognize and constantly still recognize when things are moving out of my way to make room for other things. Okay, this is done for me, and now it's time. You know, you don't squeeze a lemon and then zest, and then once you've gotten all the zest and all the juice, you don't just hang on to it. You know what I mean? It's time to move on. So that's was the first thing I recognized in this situation of losing that client. And it's been the same with the other commercial client that let me go because I'm not vaccinated. And from that client, I gained two more clients. So it's important. It is really important to keep progress coming, to recognize your vibrational offerings at every moment. It is important. It is utterly vital because you control your life and experiences. Whether you believe it or not, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you believe it or not. People don't believe I'm my age. People don't believe I have children almost 30 years old. It doesn't matter. These are the facts. My ID and still be in disbelief. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you believe it or not. It's vital that you do believe it and make the necessary changes that you can control. It's not easy. I understand. It's not, especially the older you are. It's not easy to recognize your low vibrational offerings. It's not easy to recognize when you say low vibrational things, what that is bringing into your experience. But it's vital that you start to recognize that. It really is vital that you start to recognize low vibrational words, low vibrational offerings. Outside of the words, it's important to recognize your emotional and your vibrational offering. It's not about, you can say, I'm the greatest. And internally, you're feeling like, you know, you can sit on a penny and swing your legs. That's your vibrational offering, because that is what is vibrating from out of you. That is what shows when people see your low confidence, your low self-esteem. Well, that's not a person who truly believes they're the greatest. You don't have low self-esteem and speak lowly when you truly believe you're the greatest. Even if the world don't believe it yet, you believe it. So that's how you move. You move like, damn it, I'm the greatest. When I say I walk into every room like I belong there, I mean that. And the people on the other side of that room before I walk in there, they recognize that when I walk in that motherfucker like I belong there. I don't care if nobody in there looks like me but me. It doesn't matter. I'm here because I belong here and I have something to offer y'all that it would behoove you to pay attention to. That's, and this comes from decades of building myself up. This comes from decades of putting myself into experiences with people that were in higher income brackets than me, higher traditional educational brackets than me. You know what I mean? This comes from being a bookworm and very well versed in a lot of different things. So these are all a part of when I'm sitting silent and still, my vibrational offering is of I am the greatest and I deserve absolutely everything that I can create. What I deserve is absolutely what I work for and what I can create. And that's what I believe. And I believe I can create anything. I believe I can do anything that I choose to do. I believe I can have absolutely everything that I want. I can help as many people and more than I can even fathom. So when things happen, what I need to pay attention to is what I did to create that. The most recent time when I ran out of gas, my first thought was, okay, this is because you passed up so many gas. You did this. This particular time, you did not have to run out of gas. Although, yes, it always happens when I'm on my way to the gas station. This particular last time, the night before and the morning before I got there, I deliberately ignored. Let me stop here. Deliberately ignored it. I did. So, like I said, when I created the shorts in that moment, I have to recognize the part and the role that I play in my life. You are the main character in your life. You are the main character with the most important lines in your life. So it's vital that you focus on what you're offering. The only still thing on this planet, in this universe, is something that is dead. Everything that is living is vibrating and offering vibrations. Everything. So know what your vibrational offering is at every single moment of the day. Tap into how you're feeling at every single moment of the day. And reach for things that will give you a good feeling, things that make you happy, things that make you smile. Like, don't just want to sit in a slump just because you want people to come to your pity party. That is such a low vibration. Don't do that. Your future is dependent upon you feeling good in the present moment, no matter what happens. So I was feeling good already. I'm feeling great. It's a great day, a great day in the mansion. Pick up my check, boom. We're not going to be needing your services anymore. Cool. It's still a great day. Oh, perfect. Okay. Now I can get this. So now it like, really, that's just how it was. And I felt like, you know what, this is a perfect opportunity to share this message because this is a real life daily thing. Things happen to us all day long throughout our experience. And, you could be lowering your vibration all day long and you have control over that. So just, I really, the gist of the message is really pay attention to your vibration offerings at every single moment and recognize what you are offering because that is what the universe is taking and saying, okay, done. Okay, done. Okay, you're feeling bad right now and oh, I never such and such. Okay, the universe is going to make sure to keep sending you scenarios of never whatever this bad thing that's happened. Whatever. I never get any help. I never get any help. I never get the universe is going to make sure you never get any help because this is vibrational offering. This right here. So the fact that you repeat, repeat, I never get any help. You never get help. You're right. You're right. If you turn that around and say, what I need is always there for me. Whatever I need is always there for me. Whatever I need is always there for me. And you truly believe that when you plant that seed, whatever I need is always there for me. Whatever I need is always there for me. Whatever you need is always going to be there for you. Whatever you need will always be there. This is the vibrational offering that you're putting out. The universe will say, okay, done. And at every single point, whatever you need is always going to be there for you because that is your vibrational offering. And as that starts to happen to you more and more and more, it kind of sets in stone your belief in the fact that everything you need is always going to be there for you because your track record has proven it now. Well, that's because you changed your vibrational offering. So now instead of you never get any help, well, now everything you need is always there for you. But everything you need is not always going to be there for you when you constantly tell the universe that you never get any help. You can't get the fucking garden without planting the seeds first and then without taking care of the seeds first. Like, that's just common knowledge. You gotta plant the seeds and then do the work and then you'll reap the harvest. So in your shitty life right now, where you never get any help right now, just start changing your vibrational offering. Everything I need when I need it is always there for me. Everything I need when I need it is always accessible to me. Every time I need help, someone always comes along to help me. Let these things start being your vibrational offering. And after the next 2 or 3 times where something happens and no one is there for you, but you still believe, because you're changing your vibrational offering. So you're going to believe that just like that seed takes time to start growing, okay, it's going to take time for my vibrational offerings that I've been offering for the last however many years to change to this new vibrational offering of, everything that I need is always there. Someone's always there when I need help. So after the second time or the third time, however long it takes for your vibrational offering to come into effect or to take effect into your experience, when it starts to happen, it just solidifies the fact that it's true. And now you'll know for yourself because you've done the work. You went from having this negative low vibration to changing it. So you know for a fucking fact because you've done the work. This goes back to a message I shared however long ago about, if you can't build someone else up if you haven't even built up yourself and you don't even know what it takes. You know what I mean? So once you do the work, you'll believe it. And it'll become easier for you to constantly put out high vibrational offerings like that because you see now how effective it is to be in line with the universe instead of trying to go against it because you don't believe what the factual laws of nature are. because you don't believe what the actual law of attraction is. It's only going to be to your demise. You know, your negative words, thoughts, or energy doesn't affect my life, or even the closest person to you doesn't affect their life either. Mm-mm. So, this is why I stay in tune with where I'm at, because at all points, I need to be able to know how to get my focus back clear. You know, it's not to say that you don't lose focus sometimes, you know, things don't get a little blurry sometimes, but to know how to refocus is important. To know when things get blurry, okay, let me pump the brakes, let me focus, let me clear my lens, let me wipe my lens, let me do what I need to do. It's, I heard something that's so amazing, and I don't want to, chop it up or miscite my information, but the gist of it is this: someone charged somebody, it was a worker, and it's a story. So let's say an electrician charged a client $30,000 to fix something that was an extremely simple fix. The person could have fixed it themselves, and it only took them 30 seconds to do it. And the person says, "You charged me $30,000 for 30 seconds worth of work?" And he said, "No, it took me 30 years to learn this. I charge you $30,000 for my knowledge of how to fix this." That makes total sense. That makes complete sense to me. I'm like, damn, like that kind of blew my mind. So, bringing it back relevant to focus in your vibrational offering, when something happens, it is important that you can recognize what you need to do to clear your vision. It is important to know, okay, this is how I need to clear this up. This is how I need to, this is what I need to do right now. My emotions, my body, my vibrational offering, like everything is telling me I'm a little off, or whatever the case may be. From my decades of study, it's now just like shallow breathing for me. I can just go in and out of whatever I need. I can tap into whatever I need at any given moment based on what my vibrational offering is at that moment. It's just like that. You know what I mean? And that is from the years of study. So, again, lastly, I'll end it on just this little repeat. Seeing that message that that client will no longer be using my service, and with all my vibrational offerings to essentially replace that client, that was a very happy message for me. That was a very positive message for me. So I don't feel like I lost a client, or like my income just went down any sort of percentage. I don't. I feel like I need to make way for the wave of other shit that's coming in right now. That was just, that one client just made this much fucking space that I've been putting out offerings to fill and create. So now the work begins. At each point is like the work begins. The work begins. So I'm excited. I'm very excited for what is to come. I'm excited for my uh, next appointment with the barber, which will be this coming Saturday. Very excited about that. Now I can freely, put them into my schedule, give them options of, whatever days that works for them. it's it's very exciting. I don't have the little, having to brace myself, little feelings, when the days I went to that client's house. It's absolutely perfect, and I have no complaints. My vibrational offerings created this perfect scenario for me. So, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope this message helps someone. I hope this message really helps someone, because it's a great feeling when you know where you want to go and you love the journey so much that when things happen along along the path, it doesn't even, your heart rate doesn't change, your vibrational offering doesn't change. It's just like if you're walking and you see a penny in the road versus some trash in the road. It should, like, nothing about that should change your vibrational offering. It's either step over the penny or pick up the trash, throw it away, or it's just like this. It's just like this. And when something like this happens and you don't allow it to negatively lower your vibrational offering, it then becomes like this, because now you've just gotten to the next level, and it's so smooth, just like that, baby, that you can't help but make bomb ass meals inside of the mansion, smile, and be happy that you bought a stash of weed before this happened. Be happy that you spent the money that you spent before this happened. Be happy that you got the storage room, because now you've already started thinking about, okay, now I need to do what I need to do to pay for this storage room, right? Because I don't want to have to pay for it. I need to now increase them. And so these are already the vibrational offerings that I was in. So I'm excited at this point. I don't want to keep you guys any further. I'm going to finish eating my cold food now, but it's still bomb. Mm, that's really good. Really, really good. And I will chat with you guys later. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out with me inside the Mercedes Mansion on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday here in California, next to the Pacific Ocean. It is a lovely day. You guys, thank you. If you are new to my channel, thank you. Please subscribe. Also, check out the Mercedes Mansion SUV Life channel. I don't know why I'm pointing, because I don't have anything anywhere, but Mercedes Mansion SUV Life. Check it out. Subscribe there. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Uh-oh.